I wanted to play the game without interrupting the gameplay loop by earning tons of currency. A strategy that not requires any form of Scarab usage or special map rolling stuff or specific Atlas strategy. What's up guys, Bridget here. You know me as Mr. Tonkiness. Most of the time my build is not clear beasts. So I wanted a strat that I can do fast enough and get currency while I can enjoy the build I'm currently playing. Last few days I exclusively farming tier 17 bosses. Just go in, search for the boss room and complete the encounter, then leave the map. This is how you can earn so much currency with a Tonky build. The map choice is very important. You will do Ziggurat map where Katarina is the boss. The reason for this, let me bring up the wiki for this one. So you search for tier 17 maps. Then you will land on this page. Scroll down to Uber Pinnacle fragments. You will see which fragments has better chance to drop on these maps. The most expensive fragment is the Reality fragment and the next is the Devouring fragment. The first is for Maven, the second for Eater of Words. Reality fragment can be sold pretty easily in big quantities for 2 divine per piece. The Devouring fragment 1.4 divine per piece if you have a lot. Players will buy these ones because they want Progenesis from Maven or Nimis from Eater of Words. For Ziggurat map the layout can be a little bit confusing if you're not familiar with it. But I came up a very easy solution how you will find the map boss very quickly. So let me bust out the paint for this one. You starting here. The boss room is here. The mobs looks like this. You will hug a wall, it doesn't matter which way you will go. Just hug the wall till you find the boss room. My average run, if we're talking about time, was around 3 minutes. There was a run where I completed the whole run less than 2 minutes. So when we will talk about currency per hour, I will use 3 minutes as the average. I even added a few extra seconds for the average because maybe you were not familiar with the boss fight or just got lost in the first few runs. Also, you need to understand, you will not kill anything that is not the map boss in this run. So if you stop in killing anything, you will get worse results. I want to talk about my build a little, how much damage I deal and how much Tonky this build, so you can compare to your build when you trying this strat. The build is detonated of chain reaction poison pathfinder. First, this is not a 5 mirror build, not even close. This build was made by me from scratch and crafted everything. So I would say this build worth around 20 or 30 divine at max. But still keep in mind, I was crafting the gear and leveling the gems by myself. The build is dealing around 25 million damage on paper. But I think this is not accurate because it's hard to calculate the damage because we can have more than 3 detonated going off. So I would say this is near dot cap. I have 132 movement speed as well, so it's pretty fast and I have phasing because of the withering stat. The Tonkiness, well, it can tank all the Uber bosses, but if we want to put in terms of numbers, 94k effective hit pool without Immortal Core, 4.5k life recovery, so it's a pretty decent build. I will link this build in the description for you if you're interested in this. At the start I said it doesn't really matter what atlas you're using for this, because you will not do anything else, just kill the map boss and leave. But we can make things much faster and easier with a good atlas. So for this purpose, I'm using this atlas. I will highlight what I take and why. So the first, Nico is added to the maps. The reason is this node, packed with energy. You will get movement speed and damage if you click on the vein. But, very big but here, you will not start searching the veins. If you finding it while you rushing to the boss room, you click it, but if it's out of your way, then just don't bother with it. We also taking this node when you click on the vein, you have 10% chance to get equal Azerite. The reason for this is a little extra while you doing this. You can buy chaotic resonators from Nico and sell it for extra profit. Taking all the shrine nodes, only exception this one, because it will make the map much harder if you click on this one. The reason for the shrines, sometimes they give you action speed or damage or life, and that will help you clear the boss much faster. The rule is the same as for Nico. If you didn't finding it while you rushing to the boss room, you just don't collecting it. This could be dangerous if you don't have that level of tonkiness like my build. And you also need phasing, because I don't even kill anything around the shrine, just click on the shrine and move on. So if you want, you can just ignore these nodes. The next thing, you will take all the Guardian map drop chance nodes, because you will getting Guardian marks pretty often that you can sell for a little extra or just run by yourself. It's up to you. I take the Scarab nodes as well, because you never know what can drop from the map boss, so it's good to give yourself a little chance to get the rarer Scarab. I taking the Digmanic wheel as well, because I want to give myself a chance to see the divine drop modifier. But spoiler alert, I did not see it once. Also, worth to mention, I remove ritual from the maps because most of the time it will spawn in the boss room, making annoying to fight. I will link this tree in the description as well. Talking about the league mechanic, I encountered 3 times weapon or body armors will be converted to chaos orbs. For this reason, I always keeping one Anarchy Allflame in my stash, so when this mod appear, I can just get tons of chaos. I don't kidding, the last run I got this mod, I got 300 chaos alone from the exiles. Of course, I did not include this in the final report about the Prophet. Rolling the maps. Well, this can be a little tricky for your build, because my build is reflect immune and can do extra damage mod maps as well, even minus maximum resistance mod and reduced aura effect as well. So most of the time I can just run whatever on the map. Also there is a mod as well that I can't run, like less recovery rate or can't recover energy shield. So every time I saw these mods, I rolled over. So please keep your eye on the map mods what you can run, otherwise you will fail the map. Once I made a mistake, so I needed to look to my another character because it was breaking my current build. I used around 2 divine worth of chaos to roll the 80 map that I ran. Of course, this was calculated in the profit as well. Now let's see the numbers, because I know you guys liking numbers. So I bought 80 ziggurat map for 0.7 divine per piece. For the total 56 divine. On average I completed the maps under 3 minutes, include the loading screen and killing the boss and porting out and putting to the next map. So we can say 20 maps per hour, but I think I could be quicker if I wouldn't not streaming. So if you're talking about you can get better results. In the profit section, I did not include how much chaos dropped or scarab dropped or anything that is not fragment. So this strat is so much better in terms of currency per hour. I encountered 3 times the chaos convert mod and I used the Anarchy Allflame for it and I got 300 chaos from a single run. But as I said, this is not in the final results because I can't say you will get this mod. Let's break down how many fragments I got. 43 reality fragments, 2 divine per piece because players will pay that much because we have high quantity. This is 86 divine. Alone from this we got our investment back pretty easily. 53 devouring fragment, 1.4 divine per fragment. So this is 68.8 divine total. Now we almost tripled our net worth and we not done yet. 17 decaying fragment, 0.8 divine per piece for the total 13.6 divine, 21 blazing fragment for 0.4 divine each for 8.4 divine total. 6 cosmic fragment, 0.25 for each for total 1.5 divine. 5 Cirrus fragment for 1 divine total. 36 synthesis fragment for 0.11 each for total 3.9 divine. I will not sell these ones because I really like the Cortex fight and you can get pretty good money back in my opinion. I sold most of the good fragments pretty quickly, so now I have 152 divine and the cheap ones did not sold yet because I didn't want to selling them because I needed them for the next build showcases. In summary, if we sell everything we will get little more than 183 divine. This is from 80 maps. So if we want on an average you will get 2.29 divine per map. We can do 20 map under an hour. So 20 times 2.29 is 45.8 divine per hour. This is without the map cost. If we adding the map cost to the runs, all the 80 maps was 56 divine. So 183.2 minus 56 divine is 127 divine. And that's transitioning 1.59 divine per map. 20 map per hour, 20 multiplied with 1.59 is 31.8 divine per hour pure profit. But please, keep in mind, I did not include the profit, the unique drops or expensive Scarabs. This can be more. I think this is a pretty good way to present the profit. I hope I'm right, guys. I used 2 divine worth of chaos to roll the 80 maps, but you will get this back chaos pretty easily from the unique drops. Because Katarina can drop the Wraithot helm. That can be sold for 40 chaos. I think I got 6 times this helmet, so that's 240 chaos, which is almost the same as we use for the rolling. But again, please keep in mind, I did not include this in the profit, the unique drops or anything. Overall, I think this strat is super profitable if you only selling the fragments and nothing else. This is not requires you to have a super expensive build with a mage blood or progenesis or any expensive stuff. So I think this should be the terms in the future for the other currency making guides. I hope you enjoyed this video about my currency making strategy. If you have any question, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Peugeot2. Also, I would like to say thank you for my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. I was Peugeot. See you next time.